All right, now I got a microphone. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, tonight we're gonna chit chat if you folks want open chat uh, on Delphi plus the Watts case. Right now, we all went ahead and watched the true crime. I got something haunting me right here, or something, or someone sent a demon or something. Hello, Miss Debbie Fox. No, Delphi. You hear me? Too loud? Not good? I'm going to turn the volume up on the TV so you can hear the game once we start playing. And I'm also making some brownies real quick before I go to bed. But the Delphi case we're talking about, a lot of people upset, a lot of people backing out of a lot of channels. I agree. I can't support these channels anymore. If they're going to support the woman bashing, these possible people, suspects, hackers in the case, whatever you want to call them. I don't blame some of these people, not one bit. Me myself, I backed out of a couple of these channels. I just can't support that. Right? I can't. The Watts case, very interesting. What a great live tonight, and Miss ATS News's channel about the Watts case. Very interesting case, right? A lot of us were led to believe the way Chris Watts described that the basement door, everybody thought the basement door was a walkout door. Like all of us have had. I had one on my house when I had my house, a walkout door that goes to that from the basement out to the backyard or whatever. But there was no back door in the basement. There was, if you've noticed, windows with deep window wells. And on them window wells were ladders. So very easy to climb out them windows and up and out of the house. That's true. Do you hear me, Debbie? All right, I hear you. Good, good, good. I'm just waiting for the brownies to go. The Delphi case, right? Now, the Greeno thing. Everybody talking about, did you see Greeno's channel tonight? He had Art of Deduction. He had Sleuthy up there. And Randy Gravitt and some lady, Marv. I don't know, folks. Very interesting. I'm not a subscriber to Anthony Greeno. So, I don't know. A lot of people backing out of them channels because they're on Greeno's channel. But you know what? I noticed there's a lot of people backing away from them channels because years and years ago with Greeno, right? Very interesting. Debbie, we're not going to have a lot of people in here tonight. I got it set on subscribers. So there probably not going to be people in here tonight. All right, let me turn the TV on. Well, it's already on. Take the mute off. Mute off. You think I should change it to anybody can come in and voice their opinion or whatever? But yeah, a lot of people have said, I don't blame these ladies. And I've seen a couple videos on Marv where some of these ladies were saying they will no longer back her because she's backing Anthony Greeno and he's a known woman abuser. And now people are saying they're saying the same thing about the other kid that was up there on his panel. Well, I don't know, folks. Like I said, I don't know these people personally. But from what we've seen on YouTube channels, they are very abusive towards women, kids, and whatever. They're trying to pull a fast one, folks. They are swaying the hands. I'm calling them Satan worshipers right out of the gate. And we're not afraid of Satan. They're trying to manipulate you folks that Mr. Greeno is an upstanding, upholding man. And the records and the women coming out just prove differently. So I don't know. I ain't getting involved in that. But let's get this game going. Yeah, I can't join any of that. Yeah, there's a lot of people backing out of that now. I don't blame them one bit. You know, we're going to continue to make movies here. I got something creaking around here, Debbie. I think somebody's playing Ghost or something. But we're going to continue to make movies here, music, crime, DIY, and all kinds of stuff. You know, I watched Benny Keys on this TM's channel today restore a old chest. I was in there saying he should have did his own DIY on that. Them kind of videos get big views. Get it psyched up. I hear it. You can hear it? Okay. So what do you think, Debbie, of the Chris Watts case over at ATS News tonight? Which was very interesting. They owned a steam cleaner. And in that video, you can actually see the police officer putting his hands on the carpet, like feeling if maybe someone cleaned them up. All right, folks, hold on a minute. All right, hold on. I got to swing around and get these. Where are they all at? All right, here we go. Oh, my God. It makes me sad that they will not try this case again. No, he cut a deal. Chris Watts cut a deal because he knew they had his butt, and there was no way around it. He knew he was guilty, and he didn't want the real truth of what he actually did and what kind of demon he was. So he took the deal. He pled guilty. Hold on, Debbie. There's a bogey. Shh. Whiskey Bravo. I'm on him. Hold on. Oh, he blew right past me. I'm on him. Here they all come. They're circling around. Oh, taking fire. I'm on a dog fight right now. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God, Canyon. Oh my God. Don't let me forget here in 10 minutes to check the brownies. Yeah, I think old Chris knew. He was screwed. Oh, dang it. All right, hold on a minute. I got to check the brownies. Hold on, I got to check the brownies. All right, almost. Almost another 10 minutes. In the Delphi case, there's talk that there's going to be more arrests. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it at all. And do I think it's going to hurt the case? Why would it hurt the case? You're getting a bunch of sickos off of the streets, right? How could it hurt the case? I could see how it would make it more confusing. I do agree with that. With some of these, what's a couple of these podcasters are saying, it won't confuse people. But the bottom line is the police are making arrests, and them arrests will benefit our society. Anybody that has anything to do with young 12, 13-year-old girls in photos should not be in society, right? I'm sorry, or at least should be in some kind of a rehab or something. I mean, can we agree on that? Let me try and fix this camera though. All right. You know why I think Shin was trying to get in the house real fast was she's seen in her watch that his mistress was already there. Ooh, she might have. She had a watch or her cell phone was connected to the cameras in the house. She could have been monitoring that, Chris's every move while she wasn't there. Because we don't know what Vivid's security system can actually do. They might be able to look in their house when they're not home at cameras. So it's very possible she already knew that there was somebody in her house that shouldn't have been. That's why maybe she was disgusted. That's a good point, Debbie. That's a good point. She might have already knew what they were doing. Now, we don't know what kind of camera system he had. He might not have had any cameras inside the house. Everything was outside the house. So she would have been able to at least see if somebody was approaching her house or if somebody came there from the outside cameras. Now, like I said, I don't know how big they went on their security purchase if they actually had cameras inside the house. If so, she could have been keeping a track on everything. That is a good point, Debbie, but I don't know if they really did have cameras in the house. But you are right, she had a watch also. Now, I don't know if that watch was connected to the cameras or her security system, but a very good point, Debbie. The sheets were, did you guys just hear that? I'm telling you, I got somebody doing something they should not be doing. And I don't care what country you live in. It's obvious. Hmm. Let me see what Debbie's saying. The sheets were dirty from him and his mistress. Well, I know they found one of the sheets in the garbage can in the garage that had uh, supposedly bodily fluids on it. So, you know, maybe, maybe. Let me see what she said about the basement. Shanann went to the basement that got her there. Yeah, but well, if you remember correctly, he said he was sleeping in the basement that night because they've been having trouble. Right now, I there's also ways you can explain why did they have a bed downstairs? Possibly for company, right? If they had parents over, the parents could stay upstairs while Chris and Shanann stayed in the basement. Very well possible. They might have liked to get freaky, freaky, and it might have just got too loud upstairs, so they had a bed downstairs so they can go downstairs and get freaky, freaky. Or the bed was set up because there was trouble long ago before the murders, and that was a place for him to sleep. Very well possible. Uh, but it's very, very freaky. And I want to find out, did they have cameras in the house? If they had cameras in the house, then I do believe that in the interrogation, the police told Chris, you got a security camera system, Vivid, in your house, don't you? And I believe he said yes. And I believe they did say something in the interrogation uh, that there was more to it. I would imagine Vivid might have had this whole thing, the whole conversation, the whole argument, the whole thing, maybe being recorded, and Chris wouldn't even known it. Very well possible. We don't know if there was any kind of a screen. Is that is that alarm system set up to where if there's a loud scream, it goes off, right? The other thing is I do believe the girls were already deceased before Shanann even came home. I think they had the girls already gone, and the last of the big problem was Shanann, and I think she died within minutes after she got home. Right? She might have went upstairs, uh, put her stuff up there, whatever, and then probably went down into the basement to talk to Chris. And pretty fast, I would imagine. And then what? The garage door alarm goes off at 12:45 that night. I don't know. Crazy stuff. I gotta check my brownies. Hold on a minute. The brownies are done. I'm sorry. I had to have one fresh out of the oven hot. All right, Johnny, I notice you don't ultimate pick. What do you mean? I don't know, Chris. I don't know, Psychobabble, what you're saying. Debbie, let's see what you said. Chris liked to make up these fantasy lies or fantastic lies. He is such a creep. I hope he is getting his in prison. I have no idea. But I'm going to tell you what. Christopher Watts looks like somebody that the FBI was looking for. A sketch that is out there. Now, I'm not saying it is Christopher Watts, but you might want to check that out. Yeah, he had a problem, but he was under pressure, man. That I'm gonna say it right, Nikki, whoever she was, she had one thing going for her. She was wild, crazy, and she had a body on her. And I imagine when she laid that body on Chris, he folded like a bag of chips. It was all over with. He was getting the best of both worlds, but the one world that he was having was a little bit more freakier, a little bit more better shape and better looking. And he wanted that fantasy, that life. And he I'm sorry, folks. I cannot do I'm not gonna buy this story that Shanann killed both girls and tried to kill Chris. I'm not buying that, folks. I'm not buying that. Not at all. To kill her own daughters, I just ain't buying that, folks. You could push that story all you want. I ain't buying it. And I imagine if this went to court, we would have seen the evidence and it would unplayed right in front of our eyes. All the vivid security systems, footage recording, any door that opened. I can explain that message where Chris is saying, I got a message that night that said that the garage door was open. No, he didn't. He got a message when he left to work and the garage door closed. That was his message, right? That the garage door was still open. Okay. But then he went to work real early in the morning, right? He got another message. What did it say? That the door was open. Why? Because Shanann's girlfriend was looking for her. So I imagine Chris said, "Yeah, I got a message saying The door was open. Somebody was trying to get in, and that was Shanann's so-called girlfriend. That was trying to get a hold of Shanann, because didn't she have a doctor's appointment that morning that she never made it to? Very interesting. Very interesting. What we need to find out, which we won't find out unless somebody goes deep, deep diving, was, did Chris have a camera in the backyard at the French doors or screen doors going out the back? We will never find out the truth of this case. Why? Because he pled guilty. Knew it was all going to come out. Yep, for her baby Nikki or Nicole. You can tell in the video she's coming up to the house that she had a pouch on her. Either she was bloated or pregnant. Yeah, bad timing, just a bad situation, Mr. Watts. Just a bad situation. And you chose the bad, and all this stuff coming out now. All these people, Chris Watts is innocent. There was people there. Oh yeah, I believe there was possibly he had help, but he ain't innocent, folks. Why? Because the camera don't lie. Do you understand, folks? The camera does not lie. There was nobody up. Possibly one person in the camera. That's it. But Chris Watts is on that camera. Whoever, guarantee you this much, folks. Chris Watts was on that camera. And the camera don't lie. Not unless you're a pretty good CGI or effects person. But they got him. He knew it. And that's why he pled guilty. Let me see what my great mod is saying. What Psychobabble say? Gee, Johnny, she didn't make it to her doctor's appointment. Gee, I wonder why. Yeah. Because she was gone. Let this be a lesson to you guys out there. If you're married and you don't want to be your wife no more, then get a lawyer and get a divorce. You don't kill your wife and two little girls to go screw some broad. If anything, and I shouldn't even be saying this because it's immoral, get yourself a prostitute or something and have a one-night stand, and that's about it. And wear a condom, because you don't want to bring nothing home to your wife and kids. You don't kill everybody. And I find it hard to believe that that was his first kill. Same thing in the Delphi case. Folks, I'd give you some brownies if you were here, but the camera lied in speed. Just screw the side piece and then cheat with your wife. No, psycho. That's what Debbie said. No, you psycho. You shouldn't be cheating on your wife. But good God almighty, folks, if you're sick of your wife and you can't stand her, you're going to kill her, you might as well divorce and just walk away. I mean, do you folks need common sense? I think these people don't. I don't know. Psychobabble, we have no idea if you cheated on your wife or your girlfriend, whatever you're saying. We have no idea of that. We have no proof of that. We're only going on what you say. If I may say, these brownies don't taste bad. No, don't cheat on your girlfriend with your wife. I don't know what's wrong with the world today, but Pentagon, government, if you ain't seeing the madness, I'm telling you, we got to nip it in the bud before the madness spreads across the lands. No, don't cheat. Don't cheat on your wife. Don't cheat on your girlfriend. But if you can't stand your girlfriend no more or your wife, and you're having thoughts of killing them, then you might as well get a divorce and go your separate way. I'm going to have to get rid of a whole country. These people, I'm telling you right now, scientists, Elon, it's spreading. It is spreading like wildfire in America. It's called idiots. The most dangerous thing in the world. Now I'm watching a case right now where a family, much like the Cresleys, were catfishing their own son. The family was catfishing their own son, right? How sick can it be? I guess it was really a dramatic. They were acting like a girl or whatever. I don't know. Sending photos, whatever. The kid snapped, killed the whole family. Do I blame him? Not at all. You know what kind of dramatic thing that dude must have went through? Thinking that he was talking to a woman, and all along it was his family members, and he was sending photos, and they were getting all hot and heavy. I don't blame the dude one time. Very dramatic mentally to a teenager and even an adult man. You think you're talking to a woman, and it's your grandmammy, right? Very dramatic. That's how people climb water towers and start shooting. We got a sick country and a sick world we live in. To catfish your own family. Bunch of effing nut jobs. That is just not. I'll tell you what, this apartment complex is just creaking like crazy today. I think we got ourselves a demon. Old man Watson, old lady Weaver, who knows? The witches and witch of LaGrange or Angola. I don't know. Some secret society. Illuminatis. I have no idea. Bunch of nut jobs, if you ask me. I think the government better get their asses out of their head before that vigilante club gets together again. Dang vigilantes. Dang vigilantes. Excuse me. No. You people talk amongst yourselves while I go ahead and restart my game. Mrs. ATS News, I want to thank you very much for your mods tonight. I had a couple people, or I had one person that's a troll here that followed me over to Mrs. ATS News. and was harassing me over there. And her mod, the great pointer lover, uh, the great pointer lover mod over there took him out. I want to thank Mrs. ATS News and her mods. And it was a great live over there with the Chris Watts stuff. Oh man, I wish this case would have went to court. Everything would have been shown. It would have been phenomenal. We knew though. We knew he copped a plea because that was he knew they had him. Sign of guilt, copping a plea. And here's the thing, folks. I don't know how much more evidence these people need that he killed him. Did you folks see the interrogation room video of Chris with his father? And what does Chris say in that video? Get me a lawyer. And his dad says, why? What are you talking about? Get a lawyer. And what did he say? He killed him. He killed him because she killed the kids. That was a bunch of crap. He needed a lawyer because he done did the murders of all of them. No one will ever know the truth. There is no truth, but Chris Watts is guilty of murder. Okay, if he didn't kill his 2 kids, he's guilty of killing his wife. And if he didn't kill his 2 kids, then why did he hide the bodies? I don't know why people are so stupid. I got a disability and I ain't that stupid. If Chris Watts was completely innocent, the bodies would have stayed right where they were. The evidence would have shown that Shanann killed the girls. Thus far, Chris went into a rage. Hold on, I got one here. Hold on. Oh, I got it. I got to get under there. Pull up. Oh, my God. Got hit. Slammed right into the wall. The evidence would have shown that Shanann killed the girls, and thus far, in a fit of rage, Christopher Watts killed his wife. But the evidence will not show that. And that's why Chris copped a plea deal, because he knew he was guilty. And even in the video with his father, when his father asked him what happened, he came right out and said, get a lawyer. He killed him. That was in the interrogation. How much more evidence do these people? These people are so creative. Listen, folks, if you're watching this video right now, okay, you don't plead guilty to something you didn't do. If you didn't kill anybody, there's no reason to plead guilty. Right? Eventually, the truth will come out. And I can't wait for the Delphi case. Let's get that shit going. I think the state has evidence to prove that it was some kind of a sick ring, or at least the motive of why he picked them 2 girls that day. And I think there's more to the Delphi case that you folks ain't hearing, that I ain't hearing. But the reason is because we won't hear nothing about the Delphi case until it goes into court, unless there's new arrest. But even then, we won't know why they arrested him. You are saying she killed her own kids? No, I'm not saying that, psychobabble. I'm saying you're an idiot. You need help. I got a doctor that might be able to help you. Maybe. I'm not sure. I did not say she killed the kids. I said the evidence would have shown that she killed the kids. Right? There was no need to transport the bodies from the house to an oil tanker if things went down the way Chris Watts said they did. Are you missing the point, psychobabble? That he shoved his family in a 6-inch hole into a giant oil tank. Yeah, I guess you're forgetting about that part. But so many killers and madmen do forget the little parts. I think we're going to see the same thing in the Delphi case. I think it's going to blow people's minds of how big that it goes. We probably will never know how big it really is. I know there is a big ring down south in Indiana. Well, heck, everywhere in Indiana. Possibly with people with fake adoption agencies. Posing as adoption agencies, and they're really traffickers. This is going to get interesting, folks. The church was involved with the Summer Wells case, right? And this is very interesting. And there might be a big connection between all these. Who is Bridge Guy? I don't know. I won't know until I get a close-up photo. Chris Watts said she killed the kids, so he killed her. Yes, that is true. But not true. He knows that now. We know she wouldn't hurt her kids. There was no reason for her to hurt the kids. Are you kidding me? Psychobabble. There was no need for her to do anything to the kids. She had the power. Chris Watts was hoping this would have played off. Why? Because she had the power. She would have had that house, and she would have had everything Chris desired, because she would have got a divorce. And I bet you that's what she told Chris. It's over, Mr. Watts. And that infuriated him. Why? Well, because he's got 2 young kids that he'll have to pay child support until they're 18. Plus, he was married, alimony. She would have got the house, and she would have got a big, big, big portion of his check. Therefore, leaving Mr. Watts with a pot to piss in, and that's about it. So I imagine that infuriated him. And that caused the death of the girls and his wife. Bottom line, he was hoping they wouldn't be found, that they were abducted, or just maybe something happened, some story that he created. And he would be able to live forever happy, no alimony payment, no child support, a house, and a new hot-looking girlfriend with a killer body. It just didn't work out, Mr. Watts. I'm very sorry that you're an idiot, but the story explains itself. Let's get on to more better and bigger things. Let's see what little Debbie said. You're right, Johnny. Let me see Psychobabble. What'd he say? No. Johnny, so you don't... No, I don't. What? Alternate pick when you play guitar. What do you mean, what guitar I'm going to play? Oh, you mean my picking style? I don't know. I just play psycho. I'm not the best guitar player in the world. I never claimed to be. If you want to know about that kind of stuff, go over to Levine's channel or who else to know stuff like that. Uh, I forget his name. The guy with the long hair screams a lot. I forget his name, but he'll show you alternate picking. Go over to Jared Dimes or hey, Steve Terryberry. That kid. Them two kids, Jared Dimes and Steve Terryberry. Them two kids. Great. Go over there to them channels. They'll show you how to alternate pick. Johnny, you're right. I am right about what, Debbie? You mean I'm right? I got something right? Oh my God. Same thing with the Delphi case. Mr. Anthony Greeno injected himself into this case. He gave out information he should have kept his mouth shut. Not information about the case, information about his own personal life. Information about people put out pornos on him or whatever. Nobody put out a porno on you, Mr. Greeno. Don't flatter yourself. You injected yourself into the case. You made yourself a suspect. You let the people know and the world know that you were questioned in the Delphi case and your phone was confiscated and you never got it back. You injected yourself into the case, Mr. Greeno. Nobody else. We're just subs and viewers. You just released a little bit too much information that, well, might have implicated yourself in something, if not murders. We're not saying you're a murderer, Mr. Greeno. What we're saying is you implicated yourself. No one else. No one else. You should have kept your mouth shut about that. No one knew you were being investigated or questioned in the Delphi case. Heck, nobody even knew you had the photos of the crime scene. God works in mysterious ways. Mr. Greeno. He saved me many times. That's all I can say. And he'll probably be saving me the rest of my life. Because he's about the only one that can do it. Now, let me see what else Psychobabble said. I will never, ever need any help from you with guitar stuff. No, you won't, because you're a professional. Excuse me. Then there's no need for you to even come back here and listen to me with my chicken scratch guitar playing. Am I correct, Mr. Psychobabble, or not? Unless I'm going to paint the damn thing. I will not even paint one of my custom Kramer guitars for you. Not until you change your attitude, sir. Not until you change your attitude. You want to see my Les Paul Kramer guitar? I bet you do. Behave yourself and you might one day. Now, where was I? Yes. Debbie, is there anything else you want to comment about Mr. Chris Watson, the whole charade of lies that he created? And it wasn't good enough for these people to see him put his head down while his father was sitting next to him. And he looks at his father and says, "Get me a lawyer." And when the father said, "What are you talking about? Get you a lawyer for what?" That was not a big enough clue for the world to see that Christopher Watts was guilty. The whole story, she came home. I was cheating. She killed the two kids, so I killed her. Well, okay, Chris, but can you explain why you put the bodies in a well, in an oil tank? You really didn't have to do that, Mr. Watson, unless there was something bigger that you're not telling us. You didn't want me to bring this case into court because it would have been blown completely out of the water. Thus, for the Delphi case will be the same thing. Should be. I should be on a crime channel. I really should be. Excuse me for coughing. I am under attack. Whenever I talk about cases, this thing, my TV starts creaking, the apartment starts creaking. Let me see what's going on here. Psychobabble. Johnny, who is hotter, Johnny, Chris, or Tony Greeno? I don't know what you're talking about. Do not even categorize me with them people. Are you crazy? You people, I don't know what's wrong with this world. I'm telling you, government, scientists, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan. Somebody better do something fast because we're starting to think we live in a country of nothing but idiots. And, well, idiots are not good. They just, I don't know. I can't deal with these people no longer, Lord. I just can't deal with them. Let me see what my great ma, Debbie Fox, said. I am saying don't kill your family. Just leave, idiots. If you're that unhappy, walk away. Don't kill them. Exactly, Debbie. That's what I've said numerous times. But I'm sorry. I guess Mr. Psychobabble does not understand English. Now, where was I? Yes. And I think we're going to see a lot of this in the Delphi case. Right? I really do. And now they're all talking about you can get slander. How do you get slander? Out of giving information to the whole social media that you were questioning the case and your phone was taken from the police and you never got your phone back. What does that make you, Mr. Greeno? I'm not no lawyer, but that makes you a suspect. Nobody knew they took your phone. Nobody knew you were questioned until you came out in your video until you came out in your video and said that you were questioned and your phone was taken because the killer called you. The killer didn't know who you were. No, I know what you're going to say, Mr. Greeno, that the killer called you because you were working on the case. You were working on the Delphi case? That's true. But why would the killer call you, Mr. Greeno? That is shocking. Shocking. That the killer would call you. Unbelievable. The killers don't do that. I mean, killers don't call YouTubers. I just killed them 2 girls. I think I'll call a YouTuber. I don't think so, Mr. Greeno. People usually that are that nuts, they want to be heard, known America-wide, worldwide. They call CNN. They called Gerardo Vera, whatever his name is. Right? They call many people, but they don't call YouTubers. They're stupid if they call YouTubers. I do believe people are stupid for using social media to try and solve a case with family. Do I believe that the Becky, Patty, and the families turn towards these YouTubers to solve the case? I don't buy it one bit. Not one bit. Mrs. Debbie Fox, get past the level, Johnny. I ain't gonna get past. Now you got me going, Deborah, on the Chris Watts case. Excuse me. It's your fault, Debbie. If you didn't know so much about the Chris Watts case, I wouldn't have started talking about it. Shh. Whiskey Bravo Tango. Johnny, come in. Shh. Tower, this is Johnny. Shh. Whiskey Bravo Tango. We got bogeys in the air. Shh. Tower, this is Johnny. I see, and I'm on my way to striking. And I must pull up now because I was underneath the bridge. I'm going to pull a G, 8G, 9. Ooh, I can feel it. I'm passing out. Hold on. Pulling up. Oh, sweet Jesus. If I make it out of this. Johnny, this is Tower. Yes, this is Johnny. Go on, copy. Shh. You got bogeys on you. I know I'm getting shot at. I can feel it. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm going to do a hoop here. Hold on. There's my target right there. Hold on. Coming in. Low target. Don't. Low. Ooh. Sweet Jesus. I think this level is just pretty dang hard, Debbie. No, where were we? I watched that from the first day when they were still missing. Yeah, so did I. The Chris Watts case. Yeah, and the Delphi case. All right, but there wasn't, when the case first happened, there wasn't too much on the Delphi case. When it first happened, there wasn't. I do admit Greeno probably came in there, but it wasn't the first day that the murders happened, which is very curious because, well, Mr. Greeno even admitted that he was there in Delphi that day. That he was there. Was he one of the searchers? I don't know. Was he there? Was he the man all dressed in black, which we've seen Mr. Greeno in other videos on his channel? Possibly. I'm not sure. If he was there that day, he was there that day. He said he was in Delphi that day. Maybe he was at the bridge, and they said maybe that's why all these sketches look different, because maybe there was more to it than we don't know. I don't know. What happened to Christopher? Oh, wait. You can do it, Johnny. No, I'll try. I might have to drop down to a different level, Debbie. Let me finish my... Debbie, does that make sense to you? That Chris Watts was perfectly innocent. That he would have never moved the bodies out. There was no need to move the bodies from the house. Evidence would have shown you know what? These people were taking Vibe. This workout stuff that people been taking. Do you think that Vibe might have messed with Shanann's mind? You know, I do want to say, Mrs. Debbie Fox, maybe, just maybe, she did flip out. You know, women, their hearts are broken. They have 2 kids with another kid on the way. She finds out Chris is cheating. And she loses control. And kills the 2 girls. And then you think she would have killed herself then, right? Or at least Chris. Don't you think instead of killing the 2 girls, that she would have just killed Chris? Right? And kept the girls? No, I don't think that at all. Used to sell that, no. I do believe she did love her kids. Although she was There is video out there now that they're showing. Uh, where she don't look happy with kids. Right? We really don't know why, because we don't live with these people. We didn't know these people. We're going off of social media videos of the family and them. We really don't know what happened that night. We would have liked to know the true story, but obviously we will never, and it never went into court. Pregnant women. Ooh, did you guys just hear that? Debbie, did you hear that? I'm telling you, somebody's doing some witchery in this country, and I ain't happy about it. Some sorcery stuff or something. Somebody is conjuring up something. And I think it might be a YouTuber or something. Pregnant women don't always look happy, though. No, they don't. And they have the right to. Their bodies are constantly changing, chemical imbalance. Did you hear that, Debbie? We got something going on. Maybe an earthquake, something. I don't know. Maybe somebody doing something, sending ghosts or whatever. Well, I don't know. What time is it? It is 12:30. Psycho just left. That was him. Well, what kind of entity is that? Lord, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with these people? I don't know. Kind of crazy, if you ask me. I don't know what these people are doing. For all we know, they could be conjuring up spirits. We have no idea. You know, the whole thing that she killed the kids just ain't adding up. Why kill the kids? They didn't do anything. Then again, these women today, she might have thought that if she got rid of the kids and had the boy, supposedly she was pregnant, that Chris would be a lot happier. And it would save the marriage. What kind of psycho world do you people live in? What kind of psycho world? To even think like that. No, Johnny, he said he did it. Oh, I know he said he did it. I watched that whole thing from when they brought him in. The whole interrogation. I didn't even have to hear the interrogation, just the way Chris was acting on camera when the police were there was enough to say he was guilty. Hold on, Debbie. I'm resetting the game. Let me finish my coffee or my tea. Yes, Debbie, I agree. Guilty as sin. I hope he is reminded every day when he sleeps and wakes up He's already forgot about it, Debbie. He's got so many women inside prison writing him letters. My PlayStation has gone cuckoo. It's about 65